Hi, and welcome back to week 2 of March Mathness. I'm Chuck Leinberger, and joining me again is Sarah Bear. She's our supervisor of math for Roanoke County Public Schools, and of course, your tournament director. Okay, Sarah, so we knew right from the start that this year's tournament was going to be exciting, and so far, the results are really starting to multiply.
They certainly are. We're right in the middle of the competition, and the race for the most proficient team trophy is incredibly tight. Let's check the leaderboard. Our defending champions, the Number Ninjas, are still holding on to the top spot, but just barely. The Guardians of Geometry are right behind them, trailing by less than 1/10 of a point. That's such a small difference, you might need a magnifying glass to measure it.
Yeah, it really doesn't get much closer than that. The Duncan denominators are in 3rd place, while those fractions of fury are in 4th, but don't count them out just yet. Sarah, we said from the beginning that every completed proficiency would matter, and that prediction is proving true. You know, at this pace, the winner might be determined by the tiniest of decimals. In fact, let's hear a little word of encouragement from some of our coaches, starting with our leaders, the Number Ninjas, and head coach, Kim Bradshaw.
All right, Number Ninjas, I just got the numbers, and we are in the lead. Only a week left. Keep crunching, keep working hard, and we get to keep this trophy.
Here's what Guardians of Geometry coach Jamie Soltis had to say as his team continues to inch closer to that top spot.
All right, Guardians of Geometry, this is the last week for March Mathness, and we're 1/10 of a point behind 1st place. I need you to do a lot of math. Get it done so we can come home victorious.
The pressure is definitely building as we head into the final week of competition. Students, every proficiency you complete helps move the numbers in your team's favor. One more correct answer could be the step that tips the scale.
Yeah, and Sarah, let's remind how those teams earn those critical points. Team scores are calculated as the average of the individual school scores. So when a school boasts its score, the whole team benefits. In other words, every proficiency completed could be the key piece that solves this tournament. And speaking of schools, it's time to take a look at the leaderboard for our other major competition, the Most Proficient School Trophy. And Sarah, it looks like we have a little bit of a reshuffling going on this week.
We definitely have. Our week 1 leader, Glen Cove Elementary, is still holding on to the top spot with an overall score of 12.96. But last year's champions, Fort Lewis Elementary, are making a strong push. They've moved up into 2nd place and are about 1.5 points behind the leaders. Mountain View Elementary has climbed back into 3rd place with Bonsack Elementary and Burlington Elementary rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, that's right. And how about Burlington Elementary School? They jumped all the way from 12th place last week into 5th place this week. That's a big leap up onto the leaderboard. The rest of your top 10 are Clearbrook Elementary, Cave Spring Elementary, Green Valley Elementary, Penn Forest Elementary, and Herman L. Horn Elementary. You know, Sarah, when you look at these scores, the race is incredibly tight. There's less than 3 points separating Glen Cove at that top spot and Mountain View in 3rd.
That means the final week of competition could completely change the standings. Students, we have 1 more week to go, so keep working hard to help your school and your team climb the leaderboard. And remember, only proficiencies completed during the school day count towards the competition. Work from home doesn't count in the tournament total.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. I'll tell you what, that wraps up our week 2 update for the 2026 March Mathness tournament. It is hard to believe that final buzzer will sound at the end of the school day on Friday, March the 20th. And then we'll be back after spring break to announce the champions. Until then, don't let up, because this tournament is still anyone's to win. Finish strong and have a great spring break.
Crunch those numbers.